All right, all right. Hello, hello, Sagittariuses. So this is your third monthly message for June. If you haven't watched the other ones, check the description box. I will link them in. So let's just get started. Wow, wow, wow. So in this video, doing a lot of the working with the animals, the animal oracles, 3 different ones, and then the circles of healing. So as you can see, the previous video, we really hit on a lot of the sacred geometry messages. It's been fascinating. So I got some new names. I keep, for some reason this time I got names for you guys. I feel like there's a few names that it's almost like I feel like maybe I avoided it or something. I don't know. So the name Dylan is there again. I got the weirdest thing. Like it's the weirdest thing. So Russ and Russell even, and then so because of the different things that have gone on in the world and watching different true crime stuff, I brought that up with the Sagittarians as well too. Some of these names kind of pop in through that. Okay, so Danielle Kirsty's channel. Dude, I remember when she had like 100,000 subscribers, and she's up to 1 million now. But that's crazy. Anyways, I don't watch it often actually, but she does mention she's Libra in there. Anyways, maybe there's something to do with that. The last one was like really interesting. A fangirl girl and really obsessed with serial killers, and her name is Shay. I couldn't finish watching it. I just got a little, I was like, I was like, no. And so anyways, and then Frankie. So then the weirdest thing, because we've talked about the Chad Dable stuff, if you're unaware of that. So he got sentenced to death. I think it's a fascinating case to understand the type of spiritual stuff that he was spewing that turned into horrible things. Anyways, maybe she'll spotlight that one next. Anyways, but the Ruby Frankie one, I haven't listened to it. So Ruby Frankie and Jody Hildebrandt, and the little boy's name was Russell. So the weirdest thing is that's what popped in my head. So there's also Eve and Emma, the children in different dynamics. And Chad is also the Frankie's son. So I don't know. I mean, maybe you're watching these, maybe it has something to do. We learn lessons, I think, hopefully when these things are spotlighted in the news. It is about trying to find some type of understanding, learn lessons, lesson learned. So I don't know why those names come up, but it was like someone, Sagittarian energy, mentioned something like Russ's mom, and immediately my brain goes, oh wait, isn't that the Ruby Frankie? And then the Frankie name came through. Also the name Caesar, which was weird. And Murray. The other one is Tim. So sometime, and Riley. More coming through. Lindsay. And the Dylan. John. Jonathan. Those are the ones. Okay. Fascinating. Oh, the song I listened to actually was REM's Stand, and In the Place Where You Live now, whatever, So maybe there's a message for you in there. I also got Gorillaz and Feel Good, and Gorillaz and Clint Eastwood. Feel Good. And then there was something really fascinating, actually. I bring up Naroshi before, and Color and Sound. And there's this other one called It's Secret Garden, and it's DLOAW, DLOA. I think that's what it says. So I like to throw out music. Sometimes there is messages in there, and sometimes it's even just, the song was called Old is Gold. Yeah. And the beautiful trees. Okay. I don't know where I'm going with this. I just throw that out in the beginning. It may have nothing to do with anything. There was a 1101 spotlighted again. So the Scorpio, these are kind of new dates and stuff like this for me as well. Sharing, there's Libra energy, 1021, lots of different Libra energies. Sagittarius, and Gemini. Yeah. I also saw, oh, the yeahs. Gold line's gonna tell you where the light is. So maybe some Leo. What else? Yeah. Yeah, another Sagittarian energy. Huh. So it was an interesting read for you guys, that's for sure. Oh, the Secret Garden. Yeah, so that's interesting. So you guys had the Secret Garden, and 59 was spotlighted, 59. So those can be ages, that can be dates. I also see 65. You know what I mean? It can be 59 could be Taurus energy. There was a lot of Earth energy also. So there is also Capricorn. Okay. All right, I'm just going to jump into the messages from the animals now. I'm going to go first with the medicine cards. Jamie, Sam's. Oh, also, yeah, Sam or Samantha, Bill. And we got Angela Wernicke, David Carson. So sometimes the names also come through from the artists and authors of, these different decks. So keep that in mind as well, okay? The porcupine was underneath there, so I kind of ended it. We took a sneak peek into there. We'll see if that comes through when I do open the book up. I'm seeing it upright too, so I'll definitely read that. Okay, so month of June. Depends on when you do get this. Okay, take it how it resonates as always, and you can check your rising sign and moon sign. All right, okay, and then the hawk. Wow, the hawk. This is the message. 212 coming through. Aquarian energy there too, and 12-2 Sagittarian. Okay, this also reminds me, so in between my downtime, in between doing videos, I took a whole rest of the day off, actually, which was interesting. So maybe there's something like that, like taking the whole day off, or after something. But I walked around, and there's beautiful roses and things like that, and flowers, and the birds. But I saw a little tiny egg, like a bird egg, maybe it's a robin egg or something, but it was already, it was opened. So like, I mean, it's like June, so, but it's kind of neat to see that, like, so, and then where we have the egg, so it's almost like something birthed, something hatched. In my Scorpio readings, I was able to share a picture of this little falcon, actually. And I told a little bit of a story about it. Sagittarius, I told you about it too. So that involves even Libra energy, maybe a little Taurus energy. And the puppies, the dogs. We'll see if dogs come through. I feel like dogs and birds were like, I don't know. There isn't that. Yeah, there's a lot of birds here. There's an owl and the hawk. Okay, I'm going to give it a good shuffle. And then we're going to see which one comes out. So I'm saying like earth and air for the Sagittarians. These feel off. Trying to shuffle these. It's feeling, okay. There we go. You guys like listening to that sound? We got the badger and the elk. Oh, wow. So there could have been someone being very aggressive. This would be even, I see 329, so I am pulling in some Aries energy, but also the elk energy is also about a platonic friendship or friends of the same gender, same sex. There could have been some aggression. Also 2-9. Aquarian and Pisces, Aries. Okay, that's interesting. We'll see. Because there is, I mean, like I said, if you haven't watched the other one, and sometimes you could go back and, you know what I mean, to the other video where we had Compassionate Pele, you had, I also recognized after the fact, so we had an Emperor in reverse, okay, and we had a Queen of Wands in reverse energy, and, Hierophant in reverse, but, that could have had, for some of you, so this represents the masculine energy, could be a father or a husband. You have to take it how it resonates. So there could be some father wounds, father issues, I feel like an absent father or a very tyrant father, or mean, very stern, controlling with fear. Right. Wow. So that's what I even see with that. Even that Queen of Wands energy. So I'm bringing up Ruby Frankie. I know that she's Capricorn. So just because I looked at that and I thought, well, that's really interesting. Well, that's really interesting. I don't know. So I'm just seeing it as potentially either or, something like that. This could be family or parenting, or a spouse that is very controlling, mean, things like this. This Queen of Wands energy that was upside down. Wow, we got Buffalo there. 1-9 even. 19. Sacred Buffalo. I also got Leonard Skinner in Sweet Home Alabama. Sweet Home Alabama. Interesting, you got the buffalo. Sacred buffalo. Wow. Staying grounded. Weathering the storms. Wow. The masculine energy. This was earth energy and building things as well. Okay, this is very interesting. The 19. The 19th being spotlighted. What else was I saying? Yeah, so that energy that I was seeing in there, maybe that's why I was bringing up like those type of cases, because it can show maybe a similar type of dynamic or something that we need, you know. There was a lot of different names, the Michael too, like 3 different Mikes even or something. The Mills. Okay, I'm going to read these out of the book after I get them out for you. Okay, all right, Sagittarians, here we go. Maybe some of you have Capricorn on your rising sign, Sagittarius, or Aries as well. This is a new beginning as well. Something here. Part of your DNA or building something. There's the masculine energy there. All right, and then the Secret Garden. See, and I don't remember exactly what all of these said, you know, from the last video. I see also the salmon. This is going home, returning home. But I think that this is actually the different part of the journey. Someone maybe not trusting intuition, or it's a leaving home even. Okay, wow. 7 of Cups in reverse and 7 of Swords in reverse. The Antelope. 37. Are you kidding me? We got the 7-7. 37 was over there again. I see the 10-8, 10-16, 78. No, wait. I believe we had the 37 over here. I want to see this again. I had the 3 of Wands in reverse and the 7. Okay, interesting enough, I also see a 737, and that could be even an airplane, right? 747. Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, I got to tell you about something. So Antelope is there. This is even trusting intuition. Maybe it's even Antelope Island or something. But to me, an antelope is, you know, they swiftly can move. Even kind of a gazelle, but swiftly can move. Sensing predators even. Interesting, there's a seashell with this one. Clarity, something. So maybe this helps give you clarity about something. The Southern Cross even. Oh, last night, guys, so I'm going to recommend another channel, which I think is fascinating, maybe very beautiful for you guys. The Red Fairy Tarot. She does coffee cup readings, and like, I saw one that was, actually, it was a letter, channeling a letter from your future self, which I was also seeing higher self, but someone, you know, you're so understanding this past, present, and future coming together in one, right? It's all, so it's very fascinating. And it actually reminded me of some of the other they're Better Than Yesterday cards, where it was like writing a letter to where you are right now to your future self, right? But this is a reverse. It's like it's supposed to be your letter from your future self, telling you, you know, how things are. So it was really interesting. So maybe check out her channel. Her readings are fascinating. And we did also remember the Andean shaman. came through, and in case you're not, so I listened to some of these, so highly recommend, you know, even just seeking it out. And it is about honoring the earth, you know, Mother Earth, and you have Divine Mother here, and triangle, a trinity. Interesting. 37. No way, we have 10, 10 again, guys. 7, 10. Once. 4, 10. 8, 10. 8, 10, right? Or, yeah, 801 even. 81, 8, 10. Interesting. So when I see these synchronicities like that, and they're not for me, but they're for someone else, and it's very specific. Clearly, it's a very specific for whomever is tuned in, right? Wow. So we got 2, and I'm seeing this is the buffalo starts here, the antelope is this finality of this. So the stuff that's in the middle here. If we notice, all 3 of these ones in the middle are in reverse. The sacred union, about remembering that even the sexual energy of a union, you know, between counterparts, it's sacred. It's not something to, I feel like it's just, it's not something it's no longer sacred when you're showing it all to the world. You know what I mean? And in that, some of those videos, it was really talking about, you know, filming, you know, these intimate things and stuff like that. And, and then and it's not like it's not something that we already know about, right? I'm not going to talk about the pornography, but you know what I'm saying? Oh, the pornography. That's what I'm going to call it from now. The dolphins in reverse. Ooh, this is about joy and happiness. That's interesting. All right, I think I'm going to stop right there, and I'm just going to start with the buffalo and the antelope and see what we've got here. Night and day. 19. I open it up to the butterfly and transformation, and the bear. 5-9. No way. Okay, guys. 5-9 coming through again. How interesting is this? We got 1959. Okay, wait. 1932. 12-19. 1-9 even Capricorn. How weird is this? Yeah, there might be some Virgo. So the bear, I feel like, came through for Geminis a lot too. But butterfly to me is also scorpionic and transformation, right? 73. And we got some Virgo energy too. So there's, and Cancerian energy. 9-10. Butterfly that flutters in the morning light. You have known many forms before you took flight. The power the butterfly brings to us is akin to the air. It is the mind and the ability to know the mind or to change it. It is the art of transformation. To use butterfly medicine, you must astutely observe your position in the cycle of self-transformation. Like butterfly, you are always at a certain station in your life activities. You may be at the egg stage, which is the beginning of all things. This is the stage at which an idea is born, but has not yet become a reality. The larva stage is the point at which you decide to create the idea in the physical world. The cocoon stage involves going within, doing or developing your project, idea, or aspect of personality. And the final stage of transformation is the leaving of the chrysalis and the birth. This is the step. This last step involves sharing the colors and joy of your creation with the world. That's interesting. So like the Naroshi song was color and sound. And then the art. So I actually was doing my last art. I used the primary colors. So the primaries, okay, that's, so then like red, yellow, blue, and black and white were also part of the base and the helping give definition. So I don't know. I'm pretty excited. I was also thinking some of these can kind of look like antlers. So when I do these type of things, I see this as, doing what it is. And then there is this time of the reveal even, right? And it coming to fruition, whatever that's been being created. The deer is there too. Wow. So you got to realize where you are, right? If you look closely at what butterfly is trying to teach you, we'll realize that this is the never-ending cycle of self-transformation too. The way to discern where you are in this cycle is to ask yourself, number one, is this the egg stage or is it just a thought or idea? Number two, is it a larva stage? Do I need to make a decision? Is this the cocoon stage? Am I developing and doing something to make my idea a reality? Is this the birth stage? Am I sharing my completed idea? Wow. So I'm going to give a small example of art, like for me personally, okay, that's all I can. So I feel like we do this with all. YouTube is like YouTube University. I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to share and learn things. Anyways, so the beginning stage, I feel like, is even the idea, right? The idea or the thought. That's the brainstorming. Watching, even watching someone else. So at first, for me, watching the poor art was just like soothing, because they'd have a little light classical music or something going on, and you're just watching it, and then it drains and it pours, and they pull the colors over, and it was like, oh, it's so fascinating to try and see the different color schemes and how it turns out. And it was a sense of also knowing that there's only certain aspects you have control of, and also realizing they didn't always turn out how I was hoping, but they're beautiful. And sometimes I hated them too. So, and sometimes they were horrible. And then I also saw how you could repurpose them. And then it's evolved to trying new things. So in the beginning, I was just kind of watching it. And then I was like, all right, I want to put this in. I want to do it. So then what do you need? You got to figure out the supplies. I mean, I didn't know anything about it. How to mix the paint, what I needed, and then you learn. Sometimes they were too thick and then you learn just different things. So I've evolved to the stage where I know I'm trying trees, where before it was just pouring it and letting it, a lot of circular, I call them portals, whatever. Sometimes it would look like ocean scenery. Sometimes it would look like earthquakes, not earthquakes, but some of them looked a little intense and scary, and some were just scattered. You know what I mean? So it was trial and error, and it's experimenting too. So at that point, and then the cocoon stage is when, you're actually, doing the things and trying them. And then for me, for sharing it, the way I do it, it's my small little group, I'm sharing it here. I share it. And the same thing with, these as well, developing something. But I share it, with my little social networking place and things like that. So we do it the same thing with food, right? Or whatever. So I feel like the transformation is the completion as well of whatever has been being created. Self-transformation even. Okay. 74 and 73. I just rambling on. Porcupine. Okay. Innocence. Because Porcupine was there. 85. 1213. 313. Porcupine remind me of innocence again. With every man a brother and each woman a friend. Wow. 85. The south of the medicine wheel is the place of childlike innocence and humility. It is the home of playfulness and the position of Porcupine on the medicine wheel of life. Porcupine has many special qualities and a very powerful medicine. The power of faith and trust. The power of faith contains within it the ability to move mountains. The power of trust in life involves trusting that the Great Spirit has a divine plan. Your task is to find the pathway that is most beneficial for you and that uses your greatest talents to further the plan. Trust can open doorways to the creation of space. The space thus created allows others to open their hearts to you and to share their gifts of love, joy, and companionship. If you were to observe porcupine, you would immediately notice its quills. These quills are only used when trust has been broken between porcupine and another creature. Much like otter, porcupine is a gentle, loving creature and non-aggressive when fear is not present. It is possible to feed porcupine by hand and never get stuck by its quills. Through understanding the basic nature of this animal, you may come to understand your own need for trust and faith and for becoming like a child again. In today's society, this is a needed reminder to honor the wonder of life and the appreciation of each new day as an adventure of discovery. The log, I saw something, but the log too, and this says hollow log. Porcupine sat silently looking at a hollow log. She wondered if it was a playhouse that nature had created just for her. Porcupine envisioned all the things she could do with the log. She would climb on the top and make the log roll from side to side. She could go inside and see if there was any juicy worms for her dinner. She could also scratch her back on the rough outer bark if she wanted to. That reminds me, so there was like this, right in the middle, like when you have the scratch right between, it's like where you can't get it. You have to like, right in the middle of your back, right? Both ways. And so trying to scratch your back, I was like needing someone to scratch your back even. It reminds me of it's like a bear rubbing their back up against the tree. I'm like seeing that. The weirdest thing is where we're talking about the childlike nature. I want to share something with you guys that I think it's beautiful. So this past weekend, my husband had like a boys retreat. I don't know. That's what I'm gonna call it. and they're not boys. Okay, these are men. These are grown men. There's veterans. Grandfather. Anyways, I didn't really. The Howard Hughes is being, and the airplane. Okay, and the anchor. So we've got military stuff as well. The Navy, the ships, the boats, and then I feel like, and what else? Yeah, what's it called? The spruce goose is all made out of wood. Anyways, but beyond that, I also heard so I could hear there. It was I saw the inner child come through, and it was a really beautiful thing. And then I want to share things about relationship and commitment and long-term marriage, because the beautiful thing as well and is all three of these men have been, they're in long-term commitment. Marriage is 22 is here. It is my 22nd wedding anniversary for my marriage. I think the other, and I don't know personally, but they are older, so they've been together for even longer. So long-term relationship is real. And a lot of times people don't see that because there is a lot of, separation and divorce and things like that. But, and the other thing is, because a lot of times, especially coming from Mormonism, Christianity, whatever, the Catholicism, doesn't matter. There's always a sense that you must be, joined together under God and the religious ceremony and do all these proper things to have this commitment. Well, the other thing is, so I don't, personally, from what I know, that isn't a strong thing. They're not big churchy people. That's all I'm gonna say. They're not big churchy people, but yet they've had long-term commitments. I also have, I realized I've kind of tried to gravitate my life, my family, my people around me with, because that's something I want, I guess, for my family, because I know how much it can hurt. Because my parents were divorced when I was 3. So this is all my own journey too, but I think a lot of people don't really realize that 38 years, 50 years, 60 years. And it's that there's unconditional love and giving each other space and then coming together and, knowing each other's quirks and stinks and and evolving together, because you change and transform, like, and you learn how to do that, and you help each other when one is weak. It is a beautiful harmony. Okay. All right. I don't know why I needed to share that with you guys, because we do have a lot of this fuddy-duddy. I'd love to play with this old log. This is so interesting. Maybe there is this desire to even like create something out of like driftwood or an old log, petrified wood or something. The bear's here too. Oh my gosh, bear's popping in. All right. She could scratch her back on the rough outer bark if she wanted to. Just as Porcupine was pondering what to do next, she saw Bear approaching. Bear was big and black and looking for honey. Oh, another playmate to share my log, she thought. Hello, Bear, she cooed. Do you want to play and share my log with me? Gruff old Bear snorted. Porcupine, don't you know that I'm too old to play? You're in my way. I'm looking for honey. Go away. Why, Bear, you're never too old to play, she replied. If you forget what it was like to be a cub, you'll always be impatient and gruff as you are now. Bear began to think about what Porcupine had said. Maybe she was right. All the other creatures had run away from Bear in fright. Even the other bears had turned up their noses when he growled at them. This little porcupine was certainly trusting him not to eat her. She even offered to be his friend. The old bear looked at Porcupine and began to feel something move inside him. He started to remember the games he had played as a cub. The cubs. Joy started to live in him again. Little Porcupine, you have reminded me that in becoming strong and seeking answers, I got caught in trying to be an intellectual. I became afraid of what others would think if I dropped my mask of gruffness. I was afraid they wouldn't take me seriously anymore. You've taught me that in being a fuddy-duddy, I was causing others not to care for me. Thank you. I'd love to play with this old log. And so it was that. Bear became childlike again and learned the innocence of Porcupine. Wow. In choosing the Porcupine card, you have given yourself a gentle reminder not to get caught in the chaos of the adult world, where fear, greed, and suffering are commonplace. The medicine in this card is that of relief with seriousness and severity. Open your heart to those things that gave you joy as a child. Remember the preciousness of fantasy and imagination, and the making of some game or toy from nothing but scraps. Honor the playfulness of spirit that lets everyone win. 86 and 87. There could be even chess. I don't know. Or, yeah, because I was... So, One Night in Bangkok, Murray Head and One Night in Bangkok is... It's a really interesting song. It's a very... About being intellectual, which is really... the queens that we use wouldn't excite you. I get my kicks above the waist. Sunshine. Buffalo. So there's even 86 there and 87, which is, I think this is so beautiful. So my whole channel, I know that I do that too. Like I talk about, it is about remembering to have fun, healing childhood type woundings, not becoming a bitter old grouchy human being, and the innocence and the joy of the childlike stuff. And it's really beautiful because the story totally goes along with what is and this is very recent. What I'm saying is, even as a grandparent, and I don't know, in your 50s or 60s, 70s, you can still there's so much to learn about in this world, and things that there's so many different things, and information, and Oh, and it's the same thing of like showing somebody for the first time, um, you know, something they've never seen before that they're like, wow. Um, or giving, helping them have an experience like that. Bear. That's so crazy. Huh. I swear. So Bear came through with Geminis in their first reading, I do believe. Okay. Porcupine's beautiful. I'm thrilled about that. Okay, let's go. And I see dog and loyalty. You're so noble until the bitter end. Your medicine is the teaching of true and loyal friends. 93, 1, 4, 1, 12, 5, 12. Anubis. Okay. Southwest. And the Plains Indians. Indian dogs were half wild. Okay. And then there's wolf. Okay, we're going and raven. Let's see, I get excited with this. Okay, there's buffalo. Let's see, where is the synchronicities with buffalo? 11, 4, 1, 14, 1, 13, 11, 3, and 1, 9. Prayer and abundance. Buffalo, you bring us the gift of life. Hear our prayers. Smoke rising like phoenix. We are reborn within the sacred words. 5, 1, 5, 1, 9. In the Lakota tradition, it was the white buffalo calf woman who brought the sacred pipe to the people and taught them to pray. The bowl of the pipe was the receptacle that held tobacco, an herb with male and female medicine. Wait, didn't I bring that up? Wasn't tobacco there in another message? And I brought up, yeah, American spirits, the great spirit. Tobacco. The stem of the pipe. So interesting enough, it is it's a sacred ceremonial herb that has also been demonized by the world, and things like this. And I'm not trying to. It's because there's also the thing in the thing in your head too, and overindulging it. Yeah, there is addictions with everything. Isn't there? Sugar is the best, the strongest one that most people are. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. The stem of the pipe represents the male entering the female and seeding life. Okay. In the coming together of male and female, the connection to the divine energy of the Great Spirit was made. As the pipe was loaded with tobacco, every family in nature was asked to enter into the pipe and share its medicine as prayer and praise to the heavens. The smoke was considered to be a visual prayer and was very sacred and cleansing. All animals are sacred, but in many traditions, white buffalo is the most sacred. The appearance of white buffalo is a sign that prayers are being heard. Wow. The sacred pipe is being honored and that the promises of prophecy are being fulfilled. White buffalo signals a time of abundance and plenty. Buffalo was the major source of sustenance for the Plains Indians. It gave meat for food, hides for clothing, warm and soft buffalo robes for long winters, and hooves for glue. The medicine of buffalo is prayer, gratitude, and praise for that which has been received. Buffalo medicine is also knowing that the abundance is present when all relations are honored as sacred and when gratitude is expressed in every living part of creation. Because of its desire to give the gifts that its body provided, and because of its willingness to be used on earth for the highest good before entering the hunting grounds of spirit, buffalo did not readily stampede and run from hunters. To use buffalo medicine is to smoke the pipe in a sacred manner. Wow. And to give praise for the richness of life to be shared with all races, all creatures, all nations, and all life. It means smoking for others so that their needs are met, praying for the good of all things in harmony, and accepting the great mystery as a part of all that harmony. Wow, grandfather energy is coming through very strongly. A Capricorn, Libra, maybe Scorpio as well, or 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, yeah. Very interesting. If you've drawn the Buffalo card, you may be asked to use your energy in prayer. You may be asked to call upon to be an instrument of someone else's answer to a prayer. Wow. This could portend a time of recognizing the sacredness of every walk of life, albeit different from your own. To honor another's pathway, even if it brings you sadness, is a part of the message that Buffalo brings. This may be a time of reconnection to the meaning of life and the value of peace. Most assuredly, this time will bring serenity amidst chaos if you pray in earnest for the enlightenment and the power of calmness and give praise for the gifts you already have. Buffalo medicine is a sign that you achieve nothing without the aid of Great Spirit, and that you must be humble enough to ask for that assistance and then be grateful for what you receive. Wow. This is very, very beautiful. Even what I was speaking of before with the Andean shaman, Dean, Andy. I got Steve too, which is interesting. Are you ready, Steve? We got Ballroom Blitz and Sweet. The other song is actually System of a Down and Hypnotize. In my car, waiting for my girl. The tank. Wow. This is so fascinating, Sagittarius. I really just kind of want to sit with this. I know what it feels like. Wow. A lot of things. So I highly recommend this if you are in, a committed relationship, a marriage, or regardless. If later in life, if you decide that's what you want, however it resonates for you on your life. This is something. So it was so important when I share this about my husband having this get together, as well as where I saw the elk. That's what it was. What was important. What was it was about even the platonic friendships of women being friends with other women, men being friends with other men, and the togetherness and being able to share things. And so where it talks about being also a tool of answering someone's blessings and answering someone else's prayers, I actually had a Sagittarius actually tell me this, that we do. And I understand that unknowingly, when you are surrender and you open, because surrender was that divine will as well, you don't know. There's times where, especially, and I get it, all of us do, but a lot of men don't share. So their challenges and struggles. I mean, I'm bringing up the stuff with like veterans and the weight of responsibility on a lot of their shoulders. And how else do I put this? That there's times where they also get in a sense of being done, seeking for purpose in heavy depression, sadness. And it come forth that there are different times where unknowns people were in a place where they were in total darkness and despair. And whatever happened, whether it was a bonus or not a bonus, but a new job opportunity, or even donating money to a cause that you feel, that you realize that, man, he learned some really beautiful stories that touched his heart about how he didn't know how the things he had done had affected other people, vice versa, and help basically save people's lives unknowingly. I just need to put that there. So it reminds me of the starfish story and the old man and and running out and throwing all the starfish out, and the old man asking the child, "It's useless. You can't save them all." And they continued, and she or he, whatever, the child continued on saying, "Well, it mattered for that one. Could I give him another day, another chance?" So there's also a sense of knowing when you feel like you weren't able to, But know that you know what I mean? This is so crazy. Oh my goodness. I have even my grandmother energy and grandfather. There's a lot of ancestor energy popping through with this. For sure, for sure. Wow. Okay. And mother even, potentially. Grandfather, yeah. Lots of different size. Okay. 37. I'm just taken back by this. This is very beautiful. I just wanna I see armadillo even. So maybe there was a lot of Texas a 10. No way, 110 even. 410, 37, 32. So even some Piscean. There's Leo, Gemini, Aries, boundaries. So I'm going to 37. It's upright. Frog is there too. I kept seeing frog too, and Nick Cave song. I don't know what that is. I didn't listen to it, but that's about cleansing. Antelope. Oh wow. 187. 186. What does that number make you think of, huh? Thanks to Easy E, we all know. No, just kidding. And Snoop Dogg. I'm just kidding. 114 again. That's so crazy. Okay, this is action. Run, antelope. Teach me of action and its pace. Quickly, so I may run with grace. Run, Forrest, run. No way there's the other song. It's all by Primus, Clay Lespool, and it's Nature Boy. Okay, there you go. I also see there's Aries, Scorpio, Leo with this potentially. With the Pisces, Gemini, Libra, potentially. Let's see. 10, 5, 14, 10, 14, 10, 5. When time was just beginning and the tribe of man was small, Antelope saw that the two-leggeds were naked, hungry, and in danger of extinction. The ancestors would soon vanish from Mother Earth, and if action were not taken. Antelope took action and came into the camp, calling all the two-leggeds together for counsel. Great Mystery sent me to teach you a lesson. The lesson is to do. You have no need to be fearful if you know what to do, and then you do it, Antelope said. And what shall we do? Asked the people. If you are naked and cold, you should kill me and take my coat to keep you warm. It is my gift to you. Do it. Interesting enough, because there was one of these cards that did talk about eating less meat, and I brought up the whole thing of the and if you see, this is about the same thing with buffalo. Using, if you're naked and you're hungry, use my meat and my clothing, my fur to stay alive, to keep warm. You must do what you have to do. But what of our hunger? We are starving. What can we do to save ourselves? If you're hungry, you should kill me and take my flesh, for it will nourish you and make you strong. It is my gift to you and the part of my evolution. It is my service. Do it. Wow. Weird. There was something really weird, and I don't want to go into, but never mind. I don't want to talk about, eating meat, okay? Animals. All right. The Ice Age. Antelope knew that humankind would survive the Ice Age if people learned to eat meat. Wow. Before the movement of the great ice mountains, fruit and vegetables had been plentiful, and the two-leggeds had no need to eat of the bodies of their fellow creatures. The clans of the second world ate antelope, taking the instinct and wisdom of the four legs into their bodies. People learned through each creature's essence how to survive. They were taught never to waste or to take more than they needed. When they were in need, the two-leggeds knew to take action. Humans learned Antelope's lesson well. Because of Antelope, humans took proper action and survived to this present day. Antelope taught humans to honor the gifts sent from Great Mystery and to avoid indiscriminate destruction of life. So not to be poaching, right? Antelope signifies knowledgeable action. Antelope is a symbol for the antenna of your hair, which attaches you to Great Mystery by its long cords of light. Looking at Antelope, you become aware of your mortality and the short time span you have on this planet. With this in mind, you must act accordingly. Proper action pleases the great mystery. Antelope medicine is the knowledge of life's circle, knowing of death. Antelope can truly live. Action is the key and essence of living. Antelope powers have been courted and shamanized since the dawn of time. Antelope clans have been many, and the power of antelope people is great. Antelope medicine gives you strength of mind and heart, and the ability to take quick and decisive action to get things accomplished. If you feel stymied, call on antelope medicine. If you're balled up and twisted in knots, antelope powers will speak to you of proper action and soon set you free. Many indigenous solutions to problems are whispered by antelope. Listen, and even more importantly, act. Surround yourself with the illumination and secret knowledge of antelope. Combine this with the action, and you will overcome any obstacle or hindrance in your path. If antelope is your centering tree and strong personal medicine, thank Great Spirit. Say what should be said. Your judgment is sound and your actions will be successful. Always listen to what Antelope has to say to you. Antelope in your cards indicates a message of higher purpose. Antelope arms you with the bow of authority and forces you to act on behalf of self, family, clan, nation, and finally Mother Earth. Antelope says, do it now. Don't wait any longer. Antelope knows the way, and so do you. Take courage and leap. Your sense of timing is perfect. When Antelope has bound it into your cards, the time is now. The power is you. Wow. Wow. Finding this new passion. Very interesting. Okay, my foot is going to sleep. Don't let your foot go to sleep. Sitting. Oh my goodness. What time is it? 51:55 on the clock, guys. With just those two cards, although I did also bring up, Porcupine, because that was there underneath. I'm going to continue on and get some Bestiaries by Maya Toll and Kate O'Hare. And this is where we had the Wisdom, Little Owl, Athena, Listening. And then we have No Way, Oysters, Little Oysters, Deal with the Dirt, Love Fiercely, Eastern, Oyster. The Eastern, there's a pearl here, the oysters. Interesting. So, okay, so the weirdest thing, okay, so the song was Stand, by REM, and it talks about navigation, right? And using a compass, looking to the north, to the south. The porcupine talked about where it is on the medicine wheel, and this is about the Eastern oyster. I also got red salmon. The salmon once again in reverse. There's a return or something, or this is a time of even maybe leaving the nest or leaving the home or going east. Eastern. Eastern. Gosh, I'm uncomfortable. I'm moving all around here. Here we go. 53:25. I got to get it into a good position. All right, so only those two, well, I guess 3 cards. I am going to see what these bestiaries have to say for the Sagittarians for the month of June. The beaver, it did come in reverse, though. This is about your home, doing things together. Make, manifest. Dang, there is the home. You're creating a home, your dream home even, something like this. A sacred place, a sacred home, a sacred union. The beavers. Beavers are fascinating creatures. Yes, they are. It came in reverse, but I don't usually read those in reverse. So I'm going to set that in the center. That's the focus. Yeah. Okay, what else? No way, spring peeper in the transformation. Evolve into your next becoming. I feel like this was there maybe. Oh, I've not seen this one. 5-lined skink. Look at, whoa, we've got a snake here. You've got claws, talons, trying to get this. Are these the lizards that can lose their tail as a defense mechanism for survival?
I don't even know. This one's so cool. The skink.
Okay. Spring peeper. Evolve into your next becoming. I'm putting this by the secret garden. The water, even climbing out of the water into the weird. We got water and earth, right? So there's trees, the logs. Man, when I was a kid, actually, I used to go catch these tadpoles and watch them transform. And I mean, they wouldn't survive too long, but learned a lesson. That this one I have no idea. Even so, this divine mother energy or being compassionate. We also had King of Swords up right there, thinking things through, and the message with that was to be more compassionate. And I'm kind of seeing like someone's in the middle of something, right? And these are kind of delight in daring. Okay, delight. Ace of Swords, some truth. Okay, underneath there, and human. What are you forgetting? Remember, forgetting.
Wow. We got to get circles of healing. I probably won't do woodland wardens in this particular one because I want to finish it off with the circles of healing. The beaver, make manifest. I open it right up. 8, 9. Also 8, 14. You have the 8s there. It is an 8 card, even about home abundance. Beaver doesn't just sit around thinking. He plans, then executes, carefully damming up waterways to construct the ponds and swamplands where he builds his island home. And that home, it's a marvel of modern engineering with an underwater entrance, snug, dry bedrooms, and plenty of storage for winter foodstuffs. Beaver knows how to fundamentally change landscapes, bringing water to barren areas. Call on Beaver when you are ready for foundational change, whether remaking or inner landscape or creating something new in the world at large. Beaver teaches us not only how to make manifest, moving from thought to reality, but how to plan for the future. Whatever you hope to accomplish, call on Beaver's medicine to help you go from idea to done. Wow, that's so crazy. Because you do also underneath there was the magician energy there, right? Creating this. Black bear is there. All right. Black snake. Oh, I've not seen black snake. I also got panther. Eastern oyster. Okay, because deal with the dirt. Oh, even cleaning out the dirt. 1717. Life is messy, but that doesn't bother oyster. Water pollution? No problem. Oysters will filter it. Packing it up and send it to the bottom of the sea. Grit and sand? Easy peasy. Oyster will cover it with layer upon layer of nacre until it shines and turns it into the pearl, right? Or even as a parasite, right? Oyster's magic is known how to deal with the dirt. If this unlikely animal ally is appearing, see what's gotten grungy. Is your home a mess? Your partnerships? Your thoughts? Look within and decide what you need to filter out and what you'll keep and transform into your own pearl. No way, that's an 8 as well. Wow. Just the two of us. 1-7, interesting enough. So when I look at that, I can also think of the zodiac wheel, okay, as well. And we've got the Aries, how you see yourself or how people see you. This is about the you, the self, taking action, independence, face to face. How you when you enter the room, your rising sign, okay? So understand that rising. But then your partnership, the Libra zone, the 7th house energy, and how you work well with others, committed contracts, teamwork. And then an 8 is about abundance, even deep commitments, right? 8, there could be scorpionic. This is where there's sex, death, birth, rebirth, the occult stuff, taxes, other people's money, wills, life insurance, the unknown, some of the taboo things. and then turning it into a pearl. To me, oyster, because there is something about, isn't oysters and chocolate like aphrodisiacs or something too? Okay. Because I'm just saying there was like a sense of wanting to like spice up the life or something with, but it's not just about that. All right. 5-line skink. 18. 1-8. Delight in daring. 5-lined skink is an adrenaline junkie, the evil Knievel of the lizard world. Oh, wow. The speed demon flashes his bright blue tail, baiting hawks and snakes. Catch me if you can. Skink trills, diving into a crevice. Skink knows he's super fast, but that's not why he baits the big boys. His superpower is beyond speed. Skink can lose his tail and live, so he flicks it around like a bright blue flag and then scurries for the shadows, crackling as he goes. Skink reminds you to delight in daring, that to really live, you have to be willing to risk your tail. To risk your tail. Okay. Wow. All right. That was the few message from the bestiaries. Sagittarius, that's crazy. Let's finish this off with the healing circles of healing by Elena Fairchild and Beth Wilson. All right, here we go. What do we got? 10119, and we're gonna start. So 333 was the first one. I did already give you a sneak peek of this one. It says spiritual protection for your creative expression. Purple ray aligns heaven and earth. Your path is in accord with the universe. That's what's underneath the deck. So I'm going to see, I split it open. Wow, we've got the purple and the blue. Actually, so one of them, the album actually says like blue tomorrow or blues tomorrow. The bluey, bluey, that's funny. Okay, and Blues Clues. 2012 is spotlighted as well. 2012. Okay, let's see what this is about. Look at the beautiful blue in this togetherness. Together. Got like the Carpenters. The Carpenters, yeah, building something. Together. Karen Carpenter. I tune in to faithfully listen for the authentic, empowered, creative voice of my soul, guiding me flawlessly on my life journey. Okay, these ones are so beautiful. I thoroughly do enjoy sharing these messages and the beautiful colors and art from these mandala. Yeah. Okay, so Sagittarius, for your month of June, let's finish this off. Thank you all so much. I hope this is giving you some understanding, guidance, clarification for individuals. Like I was saying, you can also see a rising sign and moon signs, and check out some of my pick a card messages if you feel guided to them. After I finish up all of the June monthlies for all the different zodiac signs, I'm going to be doing, I have some pick a crystal messages, and I don't know what's in them, that's how I do it. I just I'm excited to reveal and see what it is. Okay, here we go. Orange is coming through. Orange glad I didn't say banana. Cleansed and energized, the sacral chakra births radical loving change to transform potential into paradise and dreams into destiny. Cleansed. Wow. You're building. Maybe it's a home. I mean, the home. It talked about an island home. Even it's a dream home or something. Huh? And being grateful. Activating something, right? This is activating even a masculine energy, or even if you're a feminine. And the same thing over here with the masculines activating the feminine energy in them. Action is, the masculine, and then the recessive or more dormant energy is, and I see it as thinking, right, instead of acting. But so you can see why it's so necessary for both. They're very necessary. Wow. Ooh, the orange and the purple. Loving it. I release through the crown chakra, surrendering gracefully into expansive spiritual freedom. ready to embrace new grace. New grace. Wow. Okay. Triquetra. Oh, wow. Yeah, no way. So the Trinity and the triangles there as well. So it talks about, three different things. The hawk. Wow, okay. The 5 lines. How interesting. Triquetra of ancient wisdom protects my soul with sacred circles of rest and renewal, creativity and expressiveness, silence and spaciousness. Okay. No way. And then the beautiful green. Oh, wow. To me, this is so beautiful. I am held safely in the embrace of unconditional love. This to me looks like peridot or emerald. Oh, there's another one. It's a green stone that has oh gosh, why can't I think of what it's called? Anyways, looks like peridot. I rest my soul. And maybe, a little malachite, but no, there's a different one. Maybe even serpentine. I rest my soul and enter a sacred sanctuary of rejuvenation and restoration. Wow, the greens even. Night into day. Day and night. The lonely stoner. It's like Kid Cudi. There's another song I like by Noroshi. I don't know if I've shared this one, but it's A Day In, Day Out. Very beautiful song. And we have 2 more. Wow, so 1, 2, 3, you got 6 total that came out. Through the sacred circles of healing, I serenely integrate spiritual talents and soul wisdom into my heart. I am ready for empowered and loving expression. And the final one, wow, and together, luminous grace and spiritual love awaken and emanate through me in a delectable divine offering of hope and healing for all beings. This is so pretty. Your final card, look at all the colors come together even. Come together right now. Oh, me. Y'all know that Paul McCartney is a Gemini, right? Yeah. And John Lennon was Libra. Wow. That's what I got for you guys, Sagittarius. Can you see those? Those are so beautiful. Thank you all so much. I hope you have enjoyed. Look how this one goes with the sacred union as well, too. Very interesting. Putting orange and green together is like such an interesting combination to get it to actually look pretty. I don't know, but this is nice. This final one. Wow. So it is a sense of needing to jump, to take a risk, to live a little even. There's action time right here. So it's action time. I'm seeing especially at the end of the month. Or maybe this is even taking the action around your home, doing these things. Cleaning up your home, your space, your area. Wow. And she's dreaming, right? Whoa. Okay. I'm saying the weirdest thing. I'm saying the Aries symbol and TT. Well, she's laying there sleeping. And then there's like a Mayan temple. Yeah, this is the Mayan dream. And then you still got the crazy. So someone's shining light on this even. So is something in your dreams, getting clarity, enlightenment about abundance, about wealth, about working together, sacred union. The Leo energy and the Virgo right there. The 21st. Huh. And 8-8-3-3-8, 26. Wow. All right, Sagittarius, that's what I have for your month. I hope you have enjoyed. Bye-bye.